Set a timer for 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes and counting.
Okay, excellent. All right, so this is just like a little thing that I made. This is more or less how we style a lot of our applications at Planning Center. And I just thought I'd tell you about it. It's in like a lot of flux right now. So what I'm gonna demo is like totally out of date, but the idea is good, and that's what I want you to walk away with. So the idea is that basically there's a lot of like CSS, and I think the hardest thing about CSS is the fact that you have to name things first, right? So you say, hey, I want to style this thing, and so you have to give it a name. And we're just categorically really bad at naming things, and I think that's what makes CSS difficult, is that it really forces us to do the thing that we're worst at. This library tries to just help you get further down the road without having to name things. And basically, it's just a bunch of CSS classes, and they all just have one property and rule. And so that, so basically, you'd have like a property and then like the rule. So let's find, here are a few examples of those. So here we would have like align items baseline, right? And that's just, that class only does that one thing, right? So it's kind of like putting like inline styles on stuff, but you have the benefit of like actually using CSS, so it's cacheable, but then also it's like greppable, so you can like search and like not have to worry about like if there's like little spaces in there or whatnot and miss some of them. So anyway, so yeah, so it's pretty simple. Like for the most part, it's like, you know, D is overflow, or D is display, O is overflow, M is margin, things like that. Some of the rules get like a little bit more complicated, but you know, whatever. Anyway, so that's that. I thought I'd kind of show you real quick a couple of things about it. So first of all, there's this really great little thing. If you don't know about it, it's awesome. It's called Unpackage. You can ask Michael about it. He's here tonight. And you can just grab stuff that's on NPM. It's super dope. So this is on NPM as minions CSS. So I'll just look at that, and it gets, you can see it gets that version number for me, the latest version. If I put a slash there, well then I can like just see everything that's in there, and I happen to know where it is, so I'll just grab it. But there's that whole CSS file right off of NPM. Super dope. So I'm gonna add that in here. Okay, cool. And then I'm gonna start styling using these classes. So let's say I want the background to be green. So that's background color green. That'll make that green real fast for us. And so let's say I want to make this kind of like Trello-y looking. So we'll do class. So we'll do the background color. I have this kind of convention for like L is like luminosity, and so that's like L9. We'll put like a 1 rem margin on it. Is that right? Yeah. We'll make it width 33% just for speed. And the border radius to be 3 pixels. I think that looks good. This title needs a little bit more space, so we'll, what am I doing here? Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, actually. Sorry, I have this little cheat sheet, and it's serving only to confuse me at this point. Less preparation is obviously better. So let's take the list style off. So we'll say, we'll take those little dots off. Take the margin off. We'll set the margin to 0, padding to 0. Let's put some margin on the top. We'll put like a 1/2 rem on the top. And then, oh, actually, we'll do this. Yeah, so so that's like a little convention that if I have time I'll talk about. But yeah, so let's make this real quick. Let's make this background white. Okay, so these are kind of like little cardy type things. And then, so the dashes are going to apply right on the on the element that I'm targeting. However, like in this unordered list, like I kind of want all of these things to have like a padding and a margin. So I would use an underscore to affect all of the children below it. So P underscore. My library sucks, basically. So that puts like a top margin on everything. And then let's see if I can get this. Yeah. And so then that puts like a padding on all of the list items inside of it. So that's like just a little convention. So the dashes are going to be right on the element, and then the underscores are going to be like on everything below it. My 5 minutes is up. Anyway, so you can see it. It's stop view. It's at minions.style. These are kind of all of the classes that are in there. There's a bunch of like media query stuff and whatnot, selectors for that as well. And there's also like a bunch of extensions. So if you're into like things like a 8-point grid, there's like a 8-point grid set of classes, as well as certain font scale classes. Anyway, that's it. We found it super helpful in a lot of our stuff. We still have named classes, but this is just kind of a way to like kick the can down the road on having to name stuff. So that's it.